We had the hardest time getting beer, Robin.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, Tom cut us off at 9 o'clock.
And Tom cut us off.
What?
I went to one of the promotions people and said,
John's a weird guy. You go to a concert with John?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen his band. I like it.
All right. Can I talk?
Oh, no, sorry.
Sorry. You go to a concert with John. The second we all get there, John's like, we got to get beers.
No, you wanted a beer.
We got to.
No, you came up to me. I wasn't thinking about beer. John comes up. I wanted a beer. John comes up to me and goes,
That's how life is.
Do you want to get beers? Do you want to get beers? Beer. And he always pluralizes it. It's beer.
Yeah. It's like men. Beer.
Yeah, we got to get beers. We got to get beers.
Beers, chickens.
Every minute with beers, and every minute you hear him saying beers, and he's muttering under his breath, where are the beers? It's like he's an alcoholic.
I've been telling you that
We
for
all
some
wanted
time.
beer. Don't make it just me.
We all. His kids wanted beer.
You know what? I must have drank a half a can of beer. That's how bad I needed a beer. So anyway, John every minute, where's the beers, where's the beers, where's the beers?
Gary wanted it.
Okay, fine.
Jackie wanted it. Everybody wanted
Right,
it.
everyone wanted it.
Yeah.
But you're the one who's most concerned
No,
about
I'm just trying to be the helper because I know nobody else is going to get it.
Yeah, because you really need it.
Yeah.
I'm like the Florence Nightingale of beers.
I'm trying to help
You
you
don't
out.
want to
Yeah, I know. You're trying to help me out. I know. It's so important to you that there's a million things I could use help with, but the beers is the one thing you try to help me
I
with.
point out to you, the last time you were with John, the first thing he said to you was, you got any pot?
No, wait, that came later. Then he says to me,
No, I asked you if you wanted
do you want to smoke? Do you want to smoke? Do you want to smoke? He's like this. Do you want to smoke? Do you want to smoke? Do you want to smoke? He's muttering under his breath.
You are such a weird.
And I go, John, I'm here with my kids. We're standing here in a K-Rock booth.
I know, but do you want to?
Yeah, but not here. He goes, no, not here. But do you want to smoke? And I'm like, John, stop with the beers. Stop with the smoke. I don't even know. I mean, he's so consumed.
I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to help you. You know what I mean?
Why can't you stand there and listen to the music?
Listen, would you rather me not ask you if you wanted to come with us?
I got Lucy, daughter.
Howard, I mean, I'm just trying to be a nice guy.
I know, you're a great guy. That's what you can help with. Beers and pot. That's his forte. He's trying to help me. There's a million things to help with. That's what he's helping with.
I just wanted to, I know you're drinking now,
Yeah.
so I want to make sure you had a steady supply of alcohol.
Yeah, he's not a lush like you yet.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not.
All right.
Because, I mean, like, I had a can of beer.
Beers.
I drank a half a can, I think, at the most.
I know, it was under your seat for the whole night.
I know. I didn't sit there and drink
I
a
don't
whole
know.
beer.
I brought 8 beers. I only had one of them. And then everybody else drank them. Just
Always about the substance.
But Tom cut us
Yeah.
off at 9 o'clock.
So then John every minute, where is the beers? How can I get more beers?
So I asked the promotions person, and she said, Tom has said no more beer for you.
So anyway, so we kept bringing over beer.
Yeah.
And John and his pals.
My pals. Who's my
And I'm bringing in the beers and the beers and the beers. So finally, I guess around 9 o'clock, which I think Tom had cut off the beer.
What was going on there?
I don't know why.
Yeah, because I don't know either.
And Tom is consumed with me and what goes on around me.
At the ballpark.
Yeah.
He's watching. He's not going to let anything happen.
Tom is way concerned with me and keeping me regulated.
You?
Yeah. What's ever going, because he's always afraid I'm going to be taking advantage somehow. So he was probably concerned that there was beer being given.
He gets a helicopter, but he's worried about a couple.
I don't know what he's worried about.
That seems so. That doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't either.
To be worried about you and beer.
I know.
None of us are driving. It's not like,
Whatever. But, John, you know what it is? It's probably you.
That's what I think.
Because every minute with the beers, you probably make Tom nuts.
I didn't.
Hi, Tom. How you doing?
John is such a schnurrer.
What do you mean?
What do I
the greatest guy?
He is looking to get anybody to serve him and using you.
I know.
As the reason to get his own service.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
That's why he's
Now you're
asking
gonna believe
if you
Tom?
want a beer.
I do believe Tom, because every minute you're running around, Howard wants beer, Howard wants beer. I had a half a can of beer.
Now it's
Everybody
all
wanted
making
beer.
sense.
Yeah.
Right.
And every minute he wants beer, and he's running around. He's my best friend. Howard drinks. Howard needs beer. And they're bringing over 8 and 10 beers at a time.
They bought 8 beers and that was it.
No. John, they were bringing cups and cups of cold beer.
No, all right, whatever. It was 8
Because you're running around, Howard needs beer. Because I was saying, gee, why is everyone so concerned about beer with me?
Because John was concerned about beer.
No,
Right.
everybody was concerned about beer.
Right.
Everybody was concerned about
Everybody-
beer.
Howard, you changed the story around.
No, John, I had a half a can of beer.
No, but you had asked me if there's going to be beer.
Oh, my.
John, you kept saying to me, is there beer? I said, John goes, will you drink a beer? I said, yeah, I'll have a beer.
Yeah, so I went and tried to get.
But I mean, every minute with the beer. It was
He's
just
a problem.
the second he gets anywhere, it's like, how am I going to get? You heard what he does in the baseball game.
He's a problem.
He has to carry 8 beers to his chair.
Okay, whatever.
All right, John, you weren't using my. Tom is so right.
I'm the only one who had one.
No, but you're the one who's the
I'm trying to
schnorrer.
help.
Help who? Not me.
There was no beer back there.
Nobody needs
I didn't need it.
beer.
When there wasn't.
I wasn't asking for
Yeah,
it.
you had a beer.
No, but no. Howard handed me a beer because 8 of them came back. I didn't say, Howard, please, I need beer.
No, but
when there,
so you got
wait a
one.
second.
You should be thankful.
Who asked you? I gotta go.
There were interns coming over every minute with beer, and I mean like tons
So
of
the
beer.
beer was just flowing.
Yeah.
Not really. There was 8 beers, and
No, there was way more than 8
came
beer.
a couple of times.
Yeah, it did.
Well,
I actually had, the interns were afraid to come back where you were, and they're holding these beers, and they go, I think Howard needs these beers.
Because John's running around telling everyone I need beer.
So I said, follow me, I'll show you where.
trying to keep the party going.
Yeah, great. For who? But in my name.
Your name.
John,
Your name.
I didn't know you wanted.
Let Tom talk.
John wanted to keep the party going for John.
Right.
John wanted
Was
to
it
take
only me who
advantage
was drinking beer, Tom?
of the no, I understand, but all it was, Howard needs beer, Howard needs beer, Howard needs beer, and
Why don't you be honest and say John needs beer?
I didn't just say Howard needs.
Go
We
get
all need a
yourself a
beer.
beer.
John.
I didn't say we need.
John John will argue to the day he dies about everything.
Howard, can I just tell you
Because he really sees it his way.
Oh, yeah.
He was helping you out.
Yeah,
I thought
I wasn't sitting and drinking beer.
Well, I saw you.
And if I needed, I had a half a can
I
of
didn't
beer.
know how many. I wasn't keeping a.
No, but when Howard wasn't saying, after Howard had a beer in his hand, Howard wasn't going, gee, we need more.
No, only John was saying
That's
that.
your work, right?
What?
In other words, when Howard wasn't saying we need more.
Hold on, it wasn't just Howard drinking in that area.
Yeah, but why are you running around saying Howard needs beer? Because you know if you say Howard needs beer, you'll get beer. Otherwise, you get ignored.
There was no beer in that whole area.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we know that. I wasn't looking for any.
Again, Howard's holding half a can of beer, but he's not saying, my God, I'm half down, I need more.
I'm not like, hey, John, get more beer. Well, Tom's gone.
This is costing me money.
Can I tell you a funny story about John? John and I had to go down to Philadelphia Thursday, right?
Really, John, you can't run around saying Howard needs beer all
No, I
night.
understand.
But that's what you do. That's what you do to me, and that's why I can't stand you.
All right.
I told
You never get it.
Where you left on Friday. I said, he's going to be trouble.
Yep, you were right.
Trouble. Come on, I didn't get in your face at all. I stayed away.
No, but you went around the entire concert the whole night screaming about beer, and these interns are coming in with piles of beer. Then they put
You're a drunk.
and then they put beer and ice down on the floor. Then they had beer, cups of beer coming in, and cans of beer.
John still didn't think
I didn't have any.
beer.
No, he was running around the whole night for beer, and Howard needs beer.
And
Meanwhile, I'm not drinking any of this.
Howard.
From my beer.
And I think they were bringing them over on that little golf cart.
Yeah,
The
they're
beers were
running
far
around
away.
the whole
Right.
place
It
trying to
was a beer
I wasn't
safari.
drinking them, so somebody was drinking.
So, John, but why do you run around using my name and Howard wants beer?
I thought.
No, I don't.
All right. Well, I was trying to help.
If he uses my name, people will listen. Meanwhile, I don't want to use my name. I don't want to throw my name around.
abuses your name.
I know.
And then tells you he was trying to help you
Yeah.
by making people crazy about you.
He made people. I was more trouble at this concert than anybody.
That's how he's helping you.
It was all about keeping Howard happy.
I thought you wanted. Hey,
Howard
listen.
wanted this, and Howard
See,
needed that.
Robin, the only thing that you're missing
even though
here.
he was the one
The only
Right.
thing that you're
nagging
missing
people.
is right in the beginning. You said that you wanted beer, so I was just. trying to-
once.
One time I had a beer.
And he got it.
Well, I didn't know that you wanted to. I didn't know that you didn't want it anymore.
No.
Good Lord, you never said I don't want beer.
If I want beer, I'm fully capable of asking someone for myself.
I really,
Not you.
There was no place to get it.
No,
John.
he could have said.
I would have gotten a beer if I wanted it.
I know what he's saying. Howard would have said, hey, John, we need more beers.
Yeah.
No, John expects you when you say
I'm
want beer,
trying to help
you
for
launch
everybody.
him.
It wasn't
Right.
just
And then
me.
you're supposed to stop him by saying,
There's a lot of
John, I
people
don't
back
want any
there,
more beer.
and I'm
Right.
just trying to help for everybody who's
You
back.
won't listen, do you? You don't get it. You never understand.
You're one kind of beer drinker.
Right.
He's another kind of beer. You're a beer drinker who's like 1 or 2 is fine. And John's a beer drinker. When you say you want beer, that means 11, 12, 15 in a row.
Wait,
Yeah.
he says on the air that you're polishing off 2 bottles of wine. So how do I?
John, I'm not looking for beer. I wasn't looking for beer.
You know what,
Kids, he doesn't
John?
want to pass out.
Do you believe every fairy tale you hear?
Yeah. If I want beer, I can turn to Tom and say, Tom, where's their beer?
How do you?
And-
You couldn't find them.
Yeah, I found Tom all night.
All right.
And you couldn't find beer, I could find beer. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me, I'm a big boy.
Trying to help.
Somehow, don't help me anymore. That's what I'm saying.
Good Lord.
Stop your help. Your help is killing me.
Everywhere
Tom.
you go.
Tom?
You know, he's got such a blind spot for this. he thinks everybody's going to believe that he doesn't know exactly what he's doing if he argues it often enough.
Right.
But he knows exactly.
You're exactly right.
It wasn't just me I was looking for beer for, Tom.
John.
He uses everybody as his excuse.
No,
exactly.
And he will argue to the day he dies.
It's Stuttering John genius at work.
Right.
You know?
And he thinks he's going to win the argument.
I think it's wackier than that, Howard. I think John really believes it.
No, he does not. He knows that. This is what John knows deep down inside. John is desperate for beer. When he gets to these venues, he wants what he wants when he wants it, and the only way he was going to get it is to use my name. It's just like his book deal. He wants what he wants when he wants it, and he will get it in some way by using my name or anybody else.
You're hearing whatever he wants. He wants and he wants and he wants.
Please.
Yeah. We know the truth about the book deal. The truth is you couldn't get the book deal because I killed it.
The truth is I asked you permission. You said no.
Yeah,
I told the guy no.
Right. Okay. No, I found out about it, and I told you no. That's how it works.
No, I went and asked you first.
Right.
And just for the record, Tom did not cut anybody off from beer. They stopped making beer available within the venue.
At 9?
I mean, it wasn't my decision. That's when they stopped.
All right, well, the person that told me said Tom said no more.
See how involved John is?
Yeah, because he probably was bothering them so much they had to give you a name.
There was 2 beer runs. The first one that they came, and then I went to get more.
Well, that's not true because I directed a beer run.
Oh, then I didn't do that.
No. In other words, the interns found me and they said, we have these beers.
John, you had everybody so crazy that I wanted beer. They were bringing over beer in barrels.
On the golf cart.
I never saw so much beer.
And if I did, it was probably after.
It's just amazing how I can. Now, obviously, I won't do this. I could sit and name all the people that had wanted beer. And
I understand it, but you don't. But you're the only one who runs around using my name.
Because I was aggressive to help. That's all.
Why was everybody asking you for beer?
Yeah.
No, everybody was complaining there was no beer. So I know why.
People said, "Do you want a beer?"
So I'm wrong to try and make everyone happy.
Yeah.
Oh no, John.
So you're wrong to use my name.
This is Stuttering John's genius at work.
Yep.
He doesn't know a word anybody else is saying.
Again, he initiates the conversation about beer and then acts as if everybody was asking him for beer.
Right.
People were all complaining there was no beer.
Well, what do you care?
Robin,
how
do you know?
So when people
come... I know you.
Let me answer that. Was I complaining there was no beer?
What's that?
Was I complaining there was no beer?
When we first got there, you had said that you wanted beer.
No.
Yeah.
Ask again. You came up to me and said, Howard, do you want a beer? I said, if you're having a beer, I'll have a beer.
Okay. So
John, was I complaining to you at any point in the night that I needed beer? Did I complain to you at any point in the night that I needed beer?
But I know
you don't remember. Did I come up to you and say, John, we got to get more beer? At any point?
The point is,
you don't remember?
If other people were complaining that they wanted beer, it should have been, we need more beer.
Yeah, not Howard needs more beer.
We need more beer.
But nobody was complaining. John was complaining.
Right.
No, people that wanted beer.
What do you care? Why is my name brought into it? You went around saying Howard, because they brought the beer directly to me, not to anyone else.
And they were saying to Gary, Howard needs these beers.
Yeah, and we were even saying, I didn't ask for these. They were like, well, no, John told us.
So then I was mistaken. I thought
you just make me look like a schnurrer.
He's not
he didn't answer your question.
No, he never will.
Not answer the question.
Which question?
Howard's question. When did Howard ask you to get him more beer?
Never.
Never. Okay.
Tom,
right.
At that point, there was 10 people back there, so people had wanted to get it.
That wasn't the question.
It was not your party.
Yeah, John.
Oh, yeah, it was.
That was John's party.
But it was not, they didn't,
and Tom,
everybody didn't leave.
By the way,
were going to John's dysfunctional family.
The helicopter was too small.
And you know what, John? And you know what, John?
I want a bigger limo.
And there was no beer.
And your head is too big.
Right.
Look who's talking.
John's party, Tom's wallet.
Look who's talking over there.
Now you're going to fight with Tom? Tom's head's too big?
Hey, he's the one calling in and antagonizing.
You know why, though? He's in charge. He can say whatever he wants about you.
Yeah, but I mean, he gets mad when I come in here and talk about him.
Oh, my.
He'll never get it.
This is it. Absolutely, it's working again.
You never get mad at me when I come in here and talk about you?
What?
Answer the question.
John, do I get...
Have you ever smacked me in the back of the head after I came out of the studio?
All right, John, you're missing the whole point of the conversation.
Okay.
I don't even know how to explain it to you.
I'm going to hang up. I don't want to be an annoying caller on a cell phone.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Bye.
You don't get it. I don't want my name used.
I understand. I understand.
Oh.
I got it.
He always understands after the fact. And he'll do this again. He does it all the time. And then afterwards says, I understand.
I understand till next time.
We're going to have some real fun. Have the E-camera follow him to when he sits down.
Yeah.
And then he'll explain to everyone out there why he's right.
Right.
You know, because this conversation is over in here.
Yeah, right.
Then he goes out.
No, I understand that you didn't want the beer now. But then I thought that you and your party had wanted the...
John, do you think I'm able to get beer without you?
No.
No.
Howard,
you couldn't go out there.
You don't think I could turn to Steve Kingston or anybody in that venue and get myself a beer?
Oh, yeah, sure.
If I want the beer that badly?
Sure.
Yeah. So then why are you busy getting 300 beers?
I didn't see you.
John, I love you. I love you like a brother. I've had this conversation with you 100 times. I'm going to have it with you one more time. The end of this conversation is, you know what, Howard? I was wrong. I'm sorry. And it just ends.
But then we lose all that radio.
Yeah, it's all right.
You know what I mean? It's Howard, you're right. I'm sorry.
I tried to get it out of it that way. I said I was mistaken.
But he doesn't even understand what we're talking about.
I understand what you're talking about.
I thought you wanted beers.
I was mistaken.
I understand.
Complaining.
I understand you didn't.
So he ran around the whole night invoking my name for anything he needed.
Where's Howard's beer? I'm thirsty.
Just imagine walking up to somebody.
But, you know, the other thing is,
John wants beer.
You're there with your kids, supervising an outing with your family, and he's trying to drag you off to smoke.
Yeah, that was the other thing, too.
I'm trying to be nice.
Stupid.
Oh, God. And I turned to him and I go, John, don't you see I'm here with my daughters?
I just wanted to ask you before we went, because I didn't want to. I mean, obviously, I would do that to anybody.
You should ask them to come. You should ask the daughters to come, too.
I didn't do it in front of
I don't have enough pot for them.
Yeah, Pete, go ahead.
Hey, Howard, I was backstage during the show, and John was walking around asking everybody for pot in your name.
Right.
I want to know if you got any of it.
Howard, that's a lie.
I believe
Howard, I had a supply. Don't worry. I wasn't asking anybody for pot.
Hey, he was sticking it all in his pockets. I want to know, did you get any?
No, I didn't.
Have pockets.
He was using your name.
Yeah, right.
Go.
There you go.
I had shorts with no pockets.
So you didn't have to carry any money.
I don't doubt you went around asking for pot for Howard.
Get the hell out of here, Howard. Don't worry about it. That's a lie.
That's what, if you had said you needed pot, boy, oh boy.
Oh, boy.
The police would have closed it.
Yeah, Roger.
I'm willing to please.
What's up, Howard?
Yeah, John would have gone up to the police and said, Howard needs pot. Yeah, Roger, go ahead.
Yo, that fat, no talent stud.
Hey, I'm not fat.
Spilled his beer on me, and he's lucky I don't kick his ass.
You spilled your beer on him.
Where'd I spill the beer on
you
you?
know what I do, Howard? I want to strangle little girls. I want to
There you
strangle
go.
them.
Well, then maybe I should have spilled mine on you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, I got to take a break.
Wait a minute, John. You better get him some little girls because he needs them.
Yeah.
Little girls and beers.
You should see what was going on with these beers.
Everybody needed beers. I was trying to keep the party going.
And then John says to me, and Tom cut us off from the beers at 9 o'clock. This is the next day at his party. He goes, and Sharon Osbourne got us a case of beers.
I don't even know how the hell she even heard, but she came back with a case of beer.
Listen to this. She heard.
Nothing to Sharon.
Sharon Osbourne heard that I needed beer and brought over a case of beer, so John got a case of beer.
BS.
No, Sharon brought it by for John.
But what a noise he
I don't even think you were there anymore,
Yeah, no kidding. She didn't know that.
She just came.
Howard, can I tell you how beer? Can I tell you?
Beer became the focus of the evening, and Howard needs beer, and Sharon Osbourne brought over a whole case, and I'm sitting on the beach fuming listening to this. John goes, and I'm just holding it in till now, goes, Sharon Osbourne brought over a whole case of beers.
Now, where were you when this happened?
I was gone already.
Yeah, no, so I didn't ask her for them.
No, John, you had set up such a frenzy for the beers, and at 9 o'clock you were already throwing
Sharon
fits.
Osbourne was not privy to
You were throwing fits that Tom had cut you off.
I was not. Not to Sharon Osbourne.
Please.
Get out.
No, but the word got to Sharon.
No,
It was Tom.
she was being nice.
Okay, sure, John. She's being nice to you.
Tom had
She's a
cut
great
us
lady.
off, and Howard can't get any beer.
I never said anything like that to Sharon Osbourne. Don't even play that card. I wouldn't do that.
Can I tell you how beer obsessed he is? At his party on Saturday, and he gets it, but I know he's going to say he was kidding around, this is a joke and everything. John had a couple of kegs of beer, and then a lot of people brought bottles.
I brought a case.
So people started,
thank you, by the way. I didn't know that you did
people
that.
started drinking out of the bottles.
cases, I thought.
So at one point, John stops the party. He goes, I got an announcement to make. You know, and it's John being goofy. And he said,
Let's see the joke that Gary doesn't get here, but go ahead.
could you please drink out of the kegs?
Yeah.
Because I can't save the I can save the bottles, but I can't save the kegs. In other words, you didn't want people drinking bottles because you're going to be left over with extra
Howard, every
kegs.
party I have I always get stuck with a whole keg of beer.
You just live with it.
So I was telling people to drink out of the kegs. What's so bad about that?
Drink out of the keg. So
I told people not to bring beer if you could remember.
No, I know. I just think it's weird
Because I knew I was getting 2 kegs. Why is it so bad?
Am I crazy to see that that's so weird?
Yeah, because who cares?
It's a party.
Eat the hot dogs, leave the steak.
I just said drink. I got special Bud Light for people who I know who like light beer, Gary, and I got Budweiser. So I said to people, I have kegs, those who don't know, and please drink out of the kegs because I didn't want to have $150 of beer sitting there. And by the way, they did. And
he's so consumed with this beer and alcohol.
I don't want to have some left over.
Because you know what's going on. He wants to have the bottles left over.
I made a joke at the end of my speech.
But that joke isn't the truth.
So not the truth, Gary.
It is so the truth.
Give me a break.
Yeah, okay, John.
It's
Sharon Osbourne's running around looking for cases of beer for me.
I never talked to Sharon Osbourne.
Okay. No, of course not. But you made such a stink, it gets around.
It was to Tom and to one promotions.
He doesn't get...
He was on a beer rage.
Run.
A frenzy.
A beer
frenzy.
From the minute we got there, it was all about how are we going to get enough beer.
Well, all I know is that at Jones Beach it was very easy to get.
Beer.
And you never heard the story at Jones Beach.
Sharon, Ozzy doesn't need it.
It actually was.
The fact that Sharon Osbourne heard we needed beer is enough for me.
She didn't hear from me.
But no.
Wait, she just grabbed a case of beer and said, Howard,
I think she was just being nice.
But why not give one to all the other guys she's friends with? Give one to,
why do you think she brought it over to you?
She did one to Scott Weiland? No, Howard's right. You're missing the point. Word gets around backstage, Howard needs beer.
And Howard can't get beer.
And the word gets around, John, from the way you're giving this message to whoever you're giving it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, the interns were coming over in droves, afraid that I didn't have enough beer.
Right, and it's worried that Howard...
Where does that come from?
If
it didn't come from me, where was it coming from? You know who?
I asked 2 people for beer.
Okay. 2 people.
Tom and one promotion person.
You put the word on the street.
Maybe 5.
The general manager's job is to get beer?
Yeah, to Howard, so John can drink it.
Good.
Stop arguing with Fred from the District Manager.
Please, you know what? You're aggravating me the more you talk.
All right, I'm sorry. I mean, how many times did I say it?
Because you pull the same crap over and over again. You're an idiot.
All right, thank you.
You're dumb.
Here we
You're
go.
stupid. Here's Tom. Thank you, Tom.
Tom, do you get any beer?
Really, he doesn't get it.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Sharon Osbourne came over with a case of beer.
He's a great night. John is a great guy.
No, he's not.
He's a great
he really is.
guy.
He really is. He has a blind.
He's dumb.
Stuff, though.
Because he's an alcoholic.
No, Tom, I said I understand. I mean, I am sorry. You know, what more do you... I mean, what, you squeeze blood from me?
No, because the whole party became about Howard and his beer. Did you see what was going on with the beer around me?
See, absolutely. So you don't want... I thought you had a commercial break to get to.
I do.
We do.
All right, then leave, John.
No,
Did you enjoy my party?
Oh, I'll get to that in a minute.
I can't wait.
Now, what did I do there?
After the break.
I mean, I was trying to...
You started talking about Sharon Osbourne and the beer. That's the problem.
Great. I love that woman.
Yeah, she was great.
I think she is the greatest.
Well, Tom was
rock and roll.
Tom was out of his mind over this Limp Bizkit situation.
They screwed us so bad.
Really?
Yeah, they really did.
What happened, Tom?
What happened is he decided he wasn't going to play. He decided he wasn't going to play. He was supposed to go on at 6:20. He at one point said he wasn't going to go on until 8 o'clock. Now, every other band there is on a schedule. Every other band had a commitment from us based on the commitments that we had from the bands preceding them as to when they were going to go on, and they were all berserk.
Yeah.
It was who's running the show, Fred Durst or the radio station.
Right.
So why does Fred all of a sudden decide he doesn't want to play?
You know what? I think ultimately he was probably just trying to screw with Creed.
Oh.
Wow.
He screwed everybody else.
But what ended up, it's people waiting on it. Yeah.
He was just being a dick.
Right.
And I have no idea why. It was hours of yelling. I mean, the conversations between Steve, myself, and his manager, who was trying to get the guy to do the right thing, but apparently unable to. So there was this one meeting where Steve is now downstairs trying to get Fred Durst to agree to go on before 8 o'clock.
Wow. Right.
Wow.
If he doesn't, at this point, Stone Temple Pilots, Ozzy, and Creed are all threatening to walk.
The break was so long.
It really was.
But everybody was threatening
to bail. It was
to
ugly.
bail.
And I walk into this room. The stage manager grabs me and says, somebody's got to be in there from the radio station. So I go in, and it's like throwing fresh meat to piranha. Wow. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Everyone starts beating up on you.
Wow.
And it was, listen, it was beyond our control at that point. It was either bump Fred through schedule to make the bands happy, or try and make it work to make the fans happy, and because the fans came there in part to see Fred and to see that band.
And why are they mad at Creed?
I think they made a Creed. I think Robin had. I think Creed has said some stuff about Pearl Jam, and for whatever reason, Durst doesn't like Creed. I have no idea how the other bands.
Who would care?
What time did Creed go on?
They went on at 11:30. They get off at about 12:25.
How much?
Oh, you went later than 12.
What did that 25 minutes cost us?
Don't know yet.
A lot, right?
It didn't. You know what? It didn't cost me anything. It's what it cost.
Did they get any beers?
Oh, really?
No, absolutely.
That was the negotiation?
Yeah, no, there was no negotiation. Just we haven't paid them yet, and we're not going to pay them. We're going to deduct their overtime costs because
they made you do it.
He didn't have a leg to stand on, right? They agreed to the schedule.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right, it was already locked in.
And I understood. We made a concession to them. He said they didn't want to play if the bowl wasn't full. At 5:30, the bowl was full. Every seat was filled to watch Godsmack.
And he wasn't supposed to go on until what?
He wasn't supposed to go on until 6:20. So I got that, and certainly we didn't want to play into a half full house, but the house was full at that point.
Right.
He could have gone on at 6:20, played to a full house, and everything would have been fine. Wow. He could have gone at 7 o'clock and played to a full house, and everything would have been fine.
And that was a long break.
The truth is, if he would have just...
So when did the last band before Limp Bizkit end, and when did they start?
Godsmack was supposed to end at, I think, 5:30, let's say. 5:45 or something like that.
They were good, by the way.
They were great, and they extended, they added songs to it, and they finally ended at about 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they finished at 6, thank God.
7:30.
Yeah, there was no other band till 7:30.
And how great is Stone Temple Pilots?
They were great. Oh. They were beautiful. They were really, really good.
Phenomenal.
Great guys.
So
Howard, can I just jump in? I have to tell you the kicker to the evening for Stuttering John, because one of our friends is out there. So now Stuttering John is helicoptered in limo to the concert, but how is Stuttering John going to get home?
I already told you.
Yeah.
So Jeff Chick is out there. Jeff, who lives in New Jersey, not too far from the venue, is just going to go home.
Yeah.
John starts hitting him up for a ride. So I thought Jeff would just say, hey, listen, I live close by. Jeff gets John in the car, and now they're driving around. Jeff's like, listen, I'm not driving into the city. So they're trying to find a place on the highway to let John off.
It was on the way. Jeff was on the way home. He dropped him off at a hotel.
Why don't you go home with Jackie?
What's
Jackie was long gone.
Why didn't you go home with Jackie?
No, because Jackie was staying until...
My nephew wanted to see Creed.
Oh.
And
John couldn't wait.
No, John can't.
No, I had my car in the city, Howard.
He was too drunk.
Yeah, but I had my car in the city, and Jackie was going to Manhattan.
That's how I went home.
But didn't you have a plan when you went there?
No, he didn't have a plan.
Yeah, I was going to go home with KC, and I didn't see KC the whole night.
All right, I got to take a break. Too much of the John story.
The John show.
Yeah.
I told you it was going to be all about John as soon as you said to him you were going to let him use one of the helicopters.
That'll never happen again. I don't even... He shouldn't have even been in a helicopter. All I needed was one.
Right.
I would have walked through it, but I thought you had already paid for it. I didn't know what to do. I was like stuck, like I don't know what to do.
He even tried to warn John. I said, John, don't make Howard crazy.
I didn't.
I did you a favor by taking the helicopter, Tom.
I still would have been backstage asking for beer if I took the helicopter and not had to do the helicopter.
Right.
Any beers?
Hey, Howard, so what did I do wrong at my party now? I mean,
no, let me take a break.
Yeah.
I got to take a break.
Because it takes time to develop your party.
Yeah, we'll be back right after these words.